By this time, game 11 of the candidates final in 1965, Spassky had pretty much put the match away. He had won two in a row from game three, where Tao was up a game. He drew the first game, won the second game, and then was headed for an easy draw in the third game, and just Spassky to tie it up, and then five draws in a row, and then um, it seemed like this Tao couldn't maintain that was needed anymore, and Spassky was just able to provoke Tao into making overplaying his position. You know, uh, trying to sacrifice material. Like for instance, um, in this position right here, Tao with the black pieces played this move e4 with the idea of trying to trap, um, win the exchange and trap this rook right here, and just follow him through. But anyway, the idea that Tao has here is if bishop takes e4, of course that would be an error because then this bishop, sorry, then bishop a2 attacking the rook, and notice the rook doesn't really have anywhere to go. So rook a1 for example. Simple tactics. Spassky just sidestepped that, hit the bishop, so stops that whole idea of bishop coming to a2. The pawn on e4 is still on prise, right? This pawn on a5 is still on prise from the other bishop, and naturally the position just collapsed. He played bishop a6, bishop takes e4, that just dropped. And again, some just basic tactics that Spassky had. And another pawn dropped, and Tao went on, lost the game. So that was kind of the story of the match. Like just it was like he was trying, Spassky had that, that medicine for him. So here's game 11. This is a final game, and Tao had the white pieces, and Spassky um, had the black pieces here. So game started out. Another Roy Lopez. This is what Spassky had been employing during the match. And again, rook e1, bishop e3, castle, and again his h3. Just this another idea of waiting, you know, the Marshall proper. Before game 9, Tao plays a4. Here he plays a3. Bishop b7, d3, and now d6 here. c3, knight b8, and now we have this kind of transposed into the Breyer system of the Roy Lopez, knight bd7, and Spassky had played this in actually in uh, game 3, where he had equalized and eventually won in the equal position due to Tao's blunder. So bishop c2, rook e8, knight g3, b4, b3, bishop b3, excuse me, a5, a takes b4, c takes b4, h6, knight f5, and now d5. Knight 3, h4, c5, rook e3, and here we go. We see Tao playing for an attack, but the position doesn't really call for the attack. And again, this is the story of the match. Spassky just hits hard, c4. Rook g3, king steps aside. Bishop c2. d4 from Spassky. Queen f3. Rook a6. Everything's going to be defended here. And Spassky's pawn structure is going to be an advantage in any type of endgame. Here's a sacrifice from Tao. Knight takes h6. Again, it's a sacrifice is no good. G takes h6. Knight f5. Queen a8. There's the other knight. Bishop takes. Queen f5. King h8. Bishop takes. And here come the trades. Rook g8. Bishop g5. Queen e8. f4. Knight h7. And notice now you can see how Rook a6 is just perfectly placed to help defend the black king. Bishop h4. Rook takes g3, of course. Bishop takes g3. Here comes another defender. Queen g4. Rook g6. Queen h4. E takes. Queen takes. f6. Bishop f2. C takes. Bishop takes d3. Knight e5. Bishop comes to f1 now, and now knight g5 with this threat of knight takes h3 fork. King h1. Knight takes e4. Rook c1, and then just brutal. Knight takes f2, and Tao resigned. This match definitely took a spin after game 3, and it looked like more like Tao Botvinnik 1961. So we got to see in this match, the other side of. Let me just show you. If queen takes f2, it's simply it's queen d7, threatening to take on h3. And let's say if queen h4, king g7, it did. White just has too much too much material. Say rook c2, trying to defend the second rank. You can play d3. You can even get away with you can play d3. You can even get away with this slick move right here, knight f3. But what we see in this match is just basically the Spassky just playing real intelligently against Tao, kind of giving them positions where it looks like he has an attack but doesn't. Like this position, just looking at it, you would think that white has some type of attacking chances, but really there's not. I mean, his king side is well defended. The pieces are centralized, and they're in locations where they can readily come to the assistance of the king, as you saw. So, even though there were sacrifices made and such, basically, white just ended up being down material. And then with black's pawn structure, it's excellent, and he's set up for an endgame. Once the smoke clears, those C and D pawns are very, very powerful. The C pawn is easily passed at one point, but of course it didn't get to that. Tao to resign before there was any need for any type of endgame, and so basically at the knight takes f2, it was Spassky would go on to face Tigran Petrosian in 1966 World Championships cycle, and we won't go over that match because that's just the championship match, and I just wanted to cover the candidates. But needless to say, Spassky would be ultimately unsuccessful in his first attempt at the World Championship. He would go down the Petrosian, but then he would come back 3 years later in another grueling candidates format. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the series. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon on the next video.